Hi, my name is Ayel Williams, online personal trainer, men's health and fat loss specialist. Now, today I want to help debunk the myth that travel or holidays or eating on the go has to torpedo your goals or is going to really hold you back in your quest for leanness, better health, better energy levels, whatever it is you're aiming towards. All it needs is a little bit of forward planning, a little bit of thought in the moment, and if you like, just honesty to make sure that you stay on track or you get back on track quickly on your return. The first thing is to point out and to remind that for 90% of us, hunger is not an emergency in that moment. It's okay to skip a meal and not eat for a couple of hours rather than eating something which is really not going to sit well with you physically or mentally. The old example is you haven't eaten for a little while and the only thing on offer is something really, really unappetizing from a motorway service station for dinner. It's okay to skip that and go again in the morning with a healthier breakfast if that's the option. Hunger is not an emergency. You're going to make it if you don't have that greasy Scotch egg. The second thing is to decide ahead of time how much on holiday you're going to stick to your healthy habits. Which habits are you really going to make sure you try and stick to, and which are you going to let lapse for the time you're away? Now, thinking about these in advance and making a conscious decision is not failure, it's taking control, and it can help relieve any feelings of guilt that you might have about not sticking to whatever your goal is or whatever your plan is 100%. It's okay. A conscious decision ahead of time is far better than in the moment umming and ahhing and feeling bad about it. So make that conscious decision, which habits you're going to stick to. Maybe you decide for your trip away you're going to stick to eating slowly, but you're going to allow yourself the dessert which you hadn't been having when you were back home. There you are. Maybe if there's a buffet meal at an all-inclusive, maybe you're going to make a few choices of things that you wouldn't have at home, but you're going to eat slowly, and there you are. And in that way, that conscious decision puts you back in control and you feel a lot better about it. I'm going to move to some slides now to illustrate a few points, which I think might help. Okay, so to illustrate what I mean by aiming for better and not perfect and trying to move away from that all or nothing mentality, it's an infographic with some foods on there, and it's all about moving towards eating more of the stuff at the green end of the spectrum. Now notice it says eat less of the stuff towards the left, not eat none, aim to eat less. And in that way, you're not denying yourself anything. Pastries, there's nothing wrong with them. Sweets, there's nothing wrong with them. And of course, if you like chips, of course, absolutely. But for our goals, we need to be making sure we're eating less overall. So move towards the plain Greek yogurt, move towards the hard-boiled eggs, move towards the fresh fruits and fruit salads, the natural whole foods, and less of the, if you like, processed or heavily processed foods, and you'll do a lot better. And just by keeping the mindset of eating more of the greens and yellows and less of the reds, what you'll do is you'll actually, over the course of your time away, you'll do a lot better. Nothing is banned. Just move towards green and you'll feel better and do better and in a better position to carry on and pick things up when you get back. In a hotel room, little tricks you can do. You can get them to empty that minibar fridge of all the sort of the shots and the stuff which are going to charge you 5 times as much as they ought to. Get them to clear it out. You're in charge, clear it out so you can fill it with stuff which is healthier for you. And then when you get the munchie or you fancy something, open that fridge is something which is going to do you good towards your goals. If you're near a grocery store and you're there for a while, nip out and fill up your place with stuff which is actually going to help you out. And of course, there's the old classic from one of my old coaches, the oatmeal in the morning. Use their coffee cups, use their hot water, a few oats, and that can start you off a brilliant way for your day without having to go for that cheeky croissant times 5. And of course, when you are out and about, you're taking a bag. This is for the shorter trips as well. There's a range of things, and this is just an idea sheet of things you can pack, which will keep in your bag and actually act as something which is snacky and doing you some good in terms of its nutrient content. You've got things like the plain Greek yogurt again, you've got celery and nut butter, you've got nuts and seeds, you've got tinned fish, you've got fresh fruit cut up, you've got grilled chicken breast slices. All these things and more can do a lot better than things you naturally pick up and gravitate towards when you're under pressure and starving. So fill up your bag with snacks which actually do you some good, and that's a good way of getting ahead. To round things off, remember, better instead of perfect. Always try, wherever you are, traveling, at home, on the road, better is better than perfect. Forget the all or nothing mindset. In the moment, make the best possible choice rather than the perfect choice which nudges you towards your goals. You can do this anywhere, whether you're traveling or at home. Remember, what are your minimums? What are the minimum things you're going to do every day to nudge you towards your goals? You can keep these going wherever you are, whether you're traveling or at home. For a lot of us, brushing our teeth is one of the minimums of our day. Maybe your minimum could be making sure that you have protein with every meal on holiday. Maybe it could be making sure that you chew 15 mouthfuls every time. Lastly, to fall back on, stick to those key anchor habits which I've spoken about in the past. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can always eat slowly and you can always try and figure out when you're satisfied and stop. So if you eat slowly and eat till satisfied, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you'll stick roughly towards your goals and you'll avoid that sort of trap of feeling that you're traveling and everything has to come to a crashing halt. I hope that helps.